guys! Welcome to Hazels Hostels, where I, Hazel, guide you through hostels around the world. Okay, that didn't go as well as I planned it. What if I told you that we're not just going to a hostel today, but a manga cafe right in the center of the red light district of Shinjuku? Kabukicho, as some call it, is nestled right into the northeast side of Shinjuku, the second largest city in Tokyo. If you're looking for a vacation from your vacation or just a crazy night with your friend, you'll probably find that and a lot more. During the day, there are parks, temples, and beautiful cafes to visit. Some of my favorite restaurants are located here. I tend to recommend staying in this area for like the younger crowd or anyone looking to feel a more selfish desire. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, I stayed here, didn't I? Not only is this hostel in like a really cool, fun part of town, but it's pretty fun itself. So to get here can be like a little tricky for first-time visitors. Shinjuku is a maze of lights and mysterious things. I mean, you've got like a Godzilla that lights up and roars. I love Japan. So when you exit Shinjuku Station, it would be awesome if you could find this exit, because then when you walk straight up, you're going to be right next to Yasukuni Street, which is the main entrance to this entire area. You'll know it by this light and the fact that Don Quixote is like right on the corner, but against your better judgment, you should walk straight towards Godzilla. I mean, Toei Cinema. You should be walking straight towards Toei Cinema. Once Toei Cinema is in front of you, you're going to hang a left from here. You can either go down this alley or this one. You're looking for a tall building that says Mystery Circus on it. And on the side, you'll see an elevator that will take you to Book in Bed. Now, I want you to be aware, because this kind of triggered my anxiety, when you do go up the elevator, when the doors open, they open right into the check-in desk. But check-in went absolutely fine. I had nothing to worry about. The staff did speak pretty decent English. It was also easy because they didn't really have to ask me a lot of questions. They just gave me a piece of paper to kind of fill out my information. At that point, they'll give you the key card, your towel, and they'll tell you which bunk is yours. Once done, you'll go to the left and you'll see a huge glass door. You scan your card and you walk in. From the check-in desk to the right would actually be the cafe, which is going to bring us straight into security, as the cafe guests don't actually have access to the hostel. They have their own separate area to sit and enjoy their food and drinks. Now, if you're interested in coming here and taking photos or just visiting, you can buy a day pass. But don't worry, no other randoms will just sneak on in. The hostel does have a pretty simple layout. You have a big room that is the lounge area, and to the front you have a large seating area and then a couch in the middle. The walls around the back are shelves with beds in them, and off to the side you have the restroom and exit. To the right, you have a secluded window spot. There are a few nooks and crannies in the back that lead to other beds and rooms, but for the most part, it's a pretty simple layout. The beds aren't much, but they are by far not the worst ones I've ever been in. Even though it's basically a wooden box, I never really felt claustrophobic. There was a decent amount of legroom, though I am only 5'5". As long as you're under 6 foot, you're probably fine. It was also well lit, with a mounted bar light above your head, and just for safety measures, each pod has its own fire sprinkler system. So I guess that makes me feel safe. It also has this long pole running down the side, and it comes with 2 hangers. I always bring a robe with me, a little travel hack that I have for hostels. You know, I should probably make a travel hack video soon, right? And while you probably think that you'd get hot in here, rest assured, they keep it rather cool in the lounge area. So if you're getting too warm, you can open this curtain. There are actually 2 curtains, and that helps drown out like any noise between you and the people in manga cafe area. I never really heard any noise when both of my curtains were closed. They do have 3 other sleeping areas. The bed that I stayed in was a single. They also have a comfort single. The mattress is the same size, but the width of the box is about 9 inches bigger, so you'll have a little space between the wall and your bed. Then they have a double, which can fit 1 to 2 people. So if you travel with your partner, this might be a good one for you. The box isn't much larger, but the bed is a double-sized mattress. And lastly, you have a slightly private room. I say slightly because there's not an actual door on it. There's just a curtain that blocks you between one of the hallways. I actually plan on staying in this room on my next trip, so if you're interested in seeing that, don't forget to click that little house in the corner and subscribe. So moving on to the next part of this location, which is what makes it worth it, in my opinion. The lobby. I will admit, it's not very large. However, what they lack in space, they make up in design. At the front of the room, there is this massive seated staircase with books in every available space, like under the steps, all the way up to the ceiling. It also has this beautiful lighting that can just give you this really cozy vibe when you climb up here. The view is also stunning, as it looks down on my favorite piece, the manga chandelier. Directly under this is a very comfortable velvet couch with a few scattered tables. I really love it when you have a few seating options, but my favorite has to be right around the corner, where you have seating with a view. Sadly, I will say what makes this hostel a little less appealing is the lack of a kitchen. I think it's a shame, however, I do understand why. Firstly, you have a conveni right downstairs, and eating from those can be just as cheap in Japan as cooking your own meals. Trust me, I've done the math. And so if you're in Japan on a budget, expect to eat there quite a few times.
This fucking spaghetti that I got from 7-Eleven is fucking killing it. I know it looks gross, but it is so good, guys.
And to help out, I actually have this little video up here. It's a short little video on my few favorites from Japanese convenience stores. And the other reason is because they have this cute but very hipster cafe right up front. And if you're staying here, you even have your own little side entrance. The food can be rather tasty, but at the end of the day, I think it's kind of, well, the food looks good enough to gram. I'll put it that way. They have 3 options of fruit sandwiches that come on black toast, and one is even a double. They also have breakfast acai bowls, but if you're not looking for sweets, you can get a chicken tamago sandwich or a tamago chicken. So many choices! Carrying on with the black theme, most of their drinks are black as well, like the black ice latte, and even a black lemonade. But they also have apple juice, orange juice, and cola. Now, if you're staying here, I kind of expect it's because you're an avid reader. And I would like to mention or encourage you to explore a bit. This hostel has kind of a nook and cranny feel, where you can find books and even seating areas that you would never expect. Not all beds are surrounded by books, though I'm sure they will grow the library, and so this may eventually change. Now, the one place you won't find books is right over here in the bathroom. Sadly though, I lost some of my footage, but let's just try to get a solid idea of the bathroom. Like most of Japan, they are co-sex, and this is a little hand washing and mirror station area. It's shared between males and females. However, the showers themselves are labeled male or female showers, and you can peek under the doorknob to see if it's vacant or not. Inside the shower room, they have the standard dressing room first, with a trash can, a mat, slippers, a hook, and a mirror. And then the shower itself, with the option of an average Japanese standing shower or a small bathtub. It was actually big enough for me to fit in, but I wouldn't expect too much because they're pretty small. So what I did lose was my footage of the toilets. But they work the same as the showers. You even have the vacant doorknob signs, so you don't have to keep knocking on every single one until you find a vacant one. And they were clean, so I hope that's all you really need from a toilet. But who am I to say what's important to you? Another unfortunate aspect of this hostel, at least when I stayed there, were there was no laundry options. And I completely understand if that's a must for you. But if you're already in love with this place and really want to stay here, there is a coin laundry place just a few blocks away. Okay, so overall we see the charm, we see the issues, but let's break it down in my rating system and see where this all falls. At least for me. Please always remember, this is only my opinion, and we all want different things. So just take it at face value. So that being said, we have up on the board, location, price, atmosphere, cleanliness, and comfort. Location. Okay, see, I love the vibe of like a big city. I grew up next to cows, but I've also lived in downtown Los Angeles. So I can really see the beauty in both of them. But nothing gets me going like a cohesive neighborhood where people can live and work together smoothly. And in this area, even though it's known for some of its seedy nightlife, I find that it's really true to its nature. Personally, I like seeing things for what they are, and that's why I love this location. There is plenty to do around here, and plenty to eat, plenty to see, and plenty of people. So that can trigger some anxiety. And while it's really close to the station, because there's so many people, it can be a little hard to get your luggage there. So because of these little issues, I'm going to rate the location a 4.5. Price. Now looking on my favorite website that I use, booking.com, not sponsored yet, the beds are around $26 a night, and it's $50 for a double. I would say that's kind of median for Tokyo, but I still feel like it's a little high for what you get and it being a hostel. So I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. Atmosphere. Okay, this is a hard one, guys. I'm going to say the majority of people that stay here I noticed were Japanese or Korean. They also kind of had their faces buried in a book. I did see quite a few people come in groups with friends, especially to the cafe. So I would say there's a chance that if you want to approach people, you could probably find friends here, and I'm positive that they would be nice, especially around happy hour. But I do want to note that I think that this location is probably better for an introverted traveler. The kind of person that might like to be surrounded by friends and people, as long as all of you quietly sit and read your books and not talk. Yeah, I think that's kind of the vibe of this place. But I also think that's really perfect for the location. If you want chaos, there's plenty outside. And so it's kind of like a little haven from all of that. So 4 stars. Cleanliness. It was very clean. I mean, Japan tends to run a little bit cleaner than some other countries, and I'm sure with COVID it's probably even more clean, but I have seen dirty hostels here. So the fact that it was so clean, I think I should give it a 4. And comfort. Okay, the beds were decent. Not perfect, but decent. And overall, it's a comfortable place. The warm lights just kind of wrap you up in this lo-fi, calming vibe. But being inside of a wooden box, for me, I don't want to make this weird, but at times it can be a little coffinish. And I've stayed in plenty of hostels that stick you in a box. But the shape of this one in particular just gave me a little bit of an odd feeling. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5. And that gives us an average of 4 out of 5 stars for Book and Bed Shinjuku. Okay, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you have any requests, leave a comment down below. I'm gonna try to travel soon, but I have so many hostels coming up for you guys already. We have Hong Kong, Korea, some all over Japan options, and some more Singapore options coming up soon. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.